60 and ties, sitting at 3 over par. Timothy Lowe here. Good to have your company here this afternoon for the 13th event of the 2022 KLPGA Tour season. This is the lady who sits in pole position right now, Im Jin Hee. Birdied her first 2 holes, couple of pars since. A chance to get back amongst the red numbers with this putt for birdie. Not going to drop for Im Jin Hee, but it's been an assured start for last year's BC Card Han Kyung Ladies Cup champion. Bunkered is Lee So Young ahead at the 9th. Back into the breeze, so that should help. Oh, just needed another couple of yards. Killed in the fringe. So par is becoming a difficult assignment for So Young. Now one of those players cut line watching, Jun Sung, 1 over par for her round today. To left of Im Jin Hee's marker would be a good aiming point. Oh, that was right of Park Hyun Kyung's marker. $800 million Korean won prize purse up for grabs this week. Already 10.7 billion dispersed throughout the season. Here's Hwang Jung-mi, 12 months ago was only 1 shot off the pace after day 1, made the cut, but unfortunately was propping up the pile come Sunday afternoon. Finishing stone dead last, but she has this to get to 2 under. Back to where she began this second round, and that's nicely holed. That's bookend birdies for Hwang Jung-mi on 1 and 9. Goes out and level par 36. Tidy up for her par at the 8th. Okay. Nicely done for Im Jin Hee. A good solid first dozen events for Jin Hee. That is the ball of Yuhei Ran. So very close to a hole-in-one at the 6th. Big U will just have to settle for her birdie too, and she needs it. That's going to take her on to the cut mark of 3 over par. One of our featured groups this afternoon opened with a 73 yesterday. That gets her back to level for the day, but there is work to be done for Yuhei Ran. Park Hyun Kyung hasn't missed a cut yet this season. That really hasn't been much of a factor. Just a couple of 2 top 10 finishes, in fact. A brilliant third shot leads to a birdie at the 8th, and it takes Park Hyun Kyung into red figures for the first time this week. That's more like it from the 2-time KLPGA Championship winner. Up to 9, and So Young to escape with a par. Just running out of steam. So Young, really one of those players that adversely affected momentum-wise by the prolonged break due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Really hasn't been able to find her game since. So she'll drop back 1 as she heads to the turn. Now Ga Young lost in a playoff 12 months ago to Kim Hae Rim. Opened with a 2 under par 70 yesterday. Couple of pars to start. And a birdie there at the 6th with the very popular Lee Ga Young. Ever since crowds were allowed back out the golf course at the start of 2022, they have swelled and swelled every week, hoping to witness the day when Lee Ga Young finally fulfills her promise. Yet to win on the KLPGA Tour. Now to 3 under par. Jun Sung has tasted victory before, came in a playoff at the Ever College and Queens last year, but that leaderboard tells a sad story. 4 over on the day and 3 over for the championship. Now out to the 9th, and your tournament leader. Just got to look out just right of that fairway trap on the left. That's the ideal start line. Trap not a problem to carry for these players. That's picture perfect for Im Jin Hee. He's finished this year coming at the season opener, third at the Lotte Rent-A-Car Ladies Open. Park Hyun Kyung, 22-year-old, 4-time tour champion, including a pair of majors. And starting a little bit flatter, but gets over the bunker with no issues at all. Have a look at the swing of Im Jin Hee. Good big shoulder turn. Not much wrist break for Im Jin Hee. She can shift it quite a bit, averages just around 249 yards off the tee, and that's a very strong club face. Shut club face means she's really got to rotate very hard with that body, and she's done that with that tee shot. Predominantly hits it right to left, like so many players on the KLPGA Tour, but that's a good impact position. Head behind the hips at impact, and a nice full follow through. Park Hyun Kyung, sort of an old school golf swing, not quite the modern look to it, but she too gets a nice full shoulder turn. Doesn't really move laterally onto her back foot as much as some of the current crop of players. Slightly past parallel at the top, but structurally very sound, and like all the good players of this generation and the generations past, clears very nicely through the ball. Look at that right heel off the ground already, trying to get that weight onto the lead foot. It's a swing that has produced 5 combined victories between the pair of them, but it's Im Jin Hee who sits atop the leaderboard so far in this tournament, enjoying a one-shot cushion over the KLPGA Tour rookie Yoon Ina. Shot further back, Choi Ye Rim, Park Gi-yeol, and the lady who leads the Rookie of the Year class for 2022, Lee Yi-won, who signed for a 3 under par round of 69. Second shot now for Jun Sung into the 9th. Pins cut just on that right edge. Do not want to be in that bunker where we saw Lee So-young up ahead. Okay, that was brave. It's not going to take that slope back. Going to be a pretty quick putt for Jun Sung. Now Hyun Kyung. Good angle in from the left half of this fairway. Outside the top 10 last year, 12th place finish. Stuck it close on 8, sticks it close again at 9. That's what we were accustomed to see all throughout 2021 from Park Hyun Kyung. Finished 4th on the money list last season, just under 850 million Korean won banked. Of course, that win at Il-dong Lakes for the successful defense of a KLPGA championship. Jin Hee. 8 meters left. Slightly off the mark there for the championship leader. Coincidentally, she and Park Hyun Kyung both tied for 12th last year at this tournament. Coast around to catch up with An Ji-hyun on the 8th. Just hung the club face open a fraction. No problems though. It's perfectly alright for An Ji-hyun. Still level par.
안녕하세요. 저는 안지연 프로입니다.
치어리더 안지연하고는 무슨 관계예요?
자꾸 네이버에 치면 치어리더 언니만 나오더라고요.
그러니까 그 네이버에 안지연을 치면은 지금 그러면 2위예요?
2위일 때도 있고 3위일 때도 있고 오락가락해요.
아
지금.
진짜로?
네.
또 안지연이 또 있어요?
의사분도 계시고 뭐 배우분도 계시고 생각보다 안지연이 많아요.
아 그래요? 안지연의 최종 목표는
안지연 언니를 이겨라.
이기는 거?
네,
아 안지연을
언니를,
이겨라?
네, 치어리더 언니를 이겨라.
KPG 투어에 오지연, 김지연, 안지연 있는데
이지연.
이렇게 조편성 혹시 한 적 있었어요?
맞아요.
그죠?
작년에.
가장 친한 프로는 누구예요?
이채은 프로요.
아 이채영, 아
네.
저희 같이 연습하는
네.
느낌이 약간 비슷해 둘이.
옛날에 같이 메딜이었을 때
맞아.
이제 마스크 쓰고 캐디 오빠들한테 오빠 안녕하세요 이러면 채연아 안녕 막 이래요. 바로 지연이에요 이러고 그럴 정도로 진짜 비슷했어요.
지난주에 기사 찾아보니까
네.
바지가 약간 되게 특이해. 여기가 이렇게 약간
여기
쓰러졌어.
찢었어요.
땀띠가 나서 일부러 찢은 거예요? 뭐야?
약간 섹시 컨셉으로 나왔는데
아,
제가 이거는 섹시 컨셉이 아니라고 다들
그러니까 빵꾸 났네 막
언니들이 막
이러더라고.
실밥 가져와라 꾸며준다 빨리 벗어라.
내가 골프 선수로서 이런 걸 한번 해보고 싶다 뭐 이런 거 있을 거 아니에요?
저 일본 투어를 한번 뛰어보고 싶어요.
아 일본?
네. 제가 이보미 프로님이 되게 팬이고 롤모델인데 이보미 프로님이 일본 투어 뛰시잖아요. 그래서 저도 한번 뛰어보고 싶다. 네.
이상형이 어떻게 돼요?
박서준.
박서준으로 삼행시 한번 갈까요?
박서준님. 서준님.
준!
준비되시면 저랑 어디 가요?
야 이번 시즌 목표가 있다면 어느 것들이 좀 있을까요?
일단 첫 승이 가장 큰 목표고 이번에 20등 안에 들어가는 게 목표예요.
네, 아무쪼록 하여튼 이번 시즌에 파이팅 하셔서
네.
좋은 성적 거두시기를 기대를 하겠습니다. 감사합니다. 네.
She is a delightful character, the 23-year-old. Turned pro all the way back in 2017. Rookie season was 2019. Lost her card at the end of that year, but got it back for 2022 via the 2021 Q School. This birdie at the 8th. Keep going. Just lacked a bit of pace. Kept a card at the end of last year, 30th on the money list. Only missed 5 cuts. 4th place 12 months ago. Kim Hae-rim romped the field and then Lee Ga-young in a playoff. The good news for Im Jin-hee, that ball not in the bunker. The bad news, it's a rather heavy-looking lie. That's just the challenge. Not able to get any leverage with the ball that far above her feet to create any kind of speed. She bogeyed this hole yesterday for her only drop shot in that round of 67. Barring a minor miracle, she's going to drop a shot again today at the 9th. I'll drop back to the 8th and Hyo Da-bin. Going 2 over par. This for birdie. Just not going to hang up for Da-bin. Missed the cut last year at this championship. He's got a one-shot cushion on the cut line at the moment. It's going to be an anxious afternoon for Da-bin. Now, Jin-hee take 2 on the 9th. Really, that was the mistake there. That second shot leaking out to the right. Try to get a little bit too cute with her third. Now under pressure to drop only 1 shot. Now, Ga-young back at 7 after that nice birdie at the 6th. Tight front hole location on this par 4. Not bad from Lee Ga-young. Pretty slick one for Jun Yi-sung at the 9th. Goes down a tier right about there and tries to start working back to the hole. Good putt for pace. Could not be too aggressive with that one. Easy to have that one slip by. I think right now, just looking at my scoring terminal, 3 over par, should be fairly safe to make the cut. Doubt it's going to move to 4 over, really. To the 8th, and Kim Jae-hee. Poor opening round of 78 yesterday. That's not a good effort. On the 8th for birdie. One of the many new faces we're seeing on the KLPGA Tour this season, the rookie class of 2022. Jin-hee for her bogey and to drop back into a share of the lead with Yoon Ina. Okay, that's a well-held putt. It was a sloppy bogey yesterday. It's a sloppy bogey again on day 2. And Jin-hee drops back to 6 under par. To 7, and Lee Ga-young to get within 2. Slow coming back up that little rise. Should be moving to her left. Yeah, not to be back-to-back birdies for Lee Ga-young, but a good positive effort. Hyun Kyung. Yes, for back-to-back birdies. That'll move her to 2 under par to go out in 3 under par 33. Inside left edge. Yeah, well done. Stalked that one. Let the putting stat category, I should say, for most of 2021. Putter is behaving once again for Park Hyun Kyung. Ga-young for her par at 7. Okay. Trickles that over the front edge to stay 3 under. So now there's parity at the top, as there was at the end of Friday's opening round. Ina and Jin-hee set the pace at 6 under. A trio of players, including Lee Hee-won, just a shot further back. Day 2 action rolls along from the Birchill course at the Yongpyong Resort here at the McCol Mona Park Ladies Open, the 13th event of the 2022 calendar. So Cho Ah-yan already a winner this season at the Kyochon Honey Ladies Championship. 1 under for the day, back to even for the championship. That unmistakable pink golf ball of the 2019 Rookie of the Year, getting plenty of spin and using it well at the par 5 8th. Not easy to get it close to that front left pin position. Gotta have lots of speed, spin control. Cho Ah-yan doing a nice job there. Back out to the 9th. Coming out of the thick rough is going to make it challenging. These players, par 5 10th, downhill tee shot to a small little sliver of fairway. They'll get some help off the tee, so you see a couple of players able to get home in 2, or at least close to the green in 2. The fairway sits at an awkward angle, sort of away from the players from left to right. Jen Yi-sung will be playing her 3rd shot out of the right rough, as you saw just moments ago. You run into the trouble off the tee. Hopefully, you laid up better than Yi-sung did. Find this fairway, keep it short of that large bunker that's centrally located in the middle of the fairway. And the green at the 10th is a rather big one. It's 39 yards back to front. The pin today just in the front right, 8 from the front and 5 from the right. Have a look at that heat map. A couple of low spots, a false front, short left, and one just around the middle of the green off to the right-hand side. So easy to, very difficult, I should say, to get the ball right smack next to this hole. Sits on a bit of a ledge. So Jen Yi-sung going to lay it up short of that bunker. Oh, easy. Okay. Back in play, that's fine. A real rough outward half of 40 for the Ever-Collagen Queen's champion from yesteryear. Also missing the fairway with her tee shot, Park Hyun-kyung, but she appears to have a rescue club out. So obviously that ball line a little bit better than Jen Yi-sung's. So much of the modern game assisted by technology. Soles of fairway metals redesigned to help slice through the rough better. As the least resistance as possible. Trying to maintain that speed through the impact zone, and that's gonna be okay for Park Hyun-kyung. Koshdan nearly got it to the front edge of the green. That's a good hit from Hyun-kyung. Gives herself a chance to make it 3 in a row round the turn. First 6 holes, first 6, 7 holes at Birchill. So very challenging. Players try to piece their rounds together once they hit the par 5 8, run it through all the way to the 18th. Perfect tee shot for Im Jin-hee, but a slight downhill lies. This ball's going to be coming in low and flat. She has to land this short of the green, hope for a friendly kick up. She lands it on, she's not going to be able to hold it. Drew it up perfectly. Land it just short, releases up. That's an eagle look for Im Jin-hee. Trying to keep cool in the sweltering South Korean summer. Back to 8, then Ah-yan to get into red figures. Yeah, very nicely done for Cho Ah-yan. 2nd birdie of the day. Not too much to cheer about for playing partners Jang Soo-yeon and Oh Ji-hyun. The pair of them are at 12 over and 11 over respectively. Now to 9. And Kim Jae-hee, terrific 2nd shot here. She needs this and a couple more. Okay. Well done. That's a nice birdie for Kim Jae-hee. At least 2 more required for one of the talented rookies making their debuts in 2022. Well, just short of the bunker for Jenny Sung at the 10th. Spin control paramount here. Going to carry it. Almost its full yardage. 1 hop and stop. Ooh, that's going to feed into that low, lighter blue section that we saw on the heat map. That's fine. It's a tricky putt to read remaining for Jun Yi-sung, who still has yet to record a birdie in this second round. Kind of options that she had. You see, from where we're looking here, it's just slightly higher on the front right portion of the green. So does she land it on the fringe, have the second bounce pitch on the green and release it out to the hole, or does she try and carry it past the fringe, move on to the downslope, try and have a little bit of check? Great camera angle there. I dictates probably the first option. Stab and release that down the slope. Well played, just wasn't quite high enough for Park Yeon-kyo. It's any consolation, she'll be putting back uphill for birdie. I have to say, there have been some adventures back at the par 5-8 for one of our featured groups this afternoon. Lee Gai-young, lucky to find her first tee shot, so managed to hack it back out to here. Still a long way to go for her third. Ooh, that one looked like it started left in a hurry. And I think, well, that's lucky. That's actually run on and stayed in the fairway. Makes a huge difference. We saw with Cho Ayan's ball. If you can play it out of the fairway, get lots of spin on it, try and get close to that hole location. Somewhere behind that golf bag is Lee So-young at the par 4 11th. 143 meters left with a big hitter. Ball well below her feet. Usually promotes a little bit of slice spin. It's not terrible with a right hole location like today. Come round, settle down, settle down. All things considered, not too bad from Lee So-young at the 11th. Just going to finish on the back fringe. Look at where Jun Yi-sung is aiming here at 10. Putting from inside this little ball. Imagine trying to run that ball along the rim. Trundle onto the hole. All about feel and imagination, this one. Badly underhit that. Can't afford to be dropping shots, particularly on par 5s. You're right on the cut mark as Jun Yi-sung is this Saturday afternoon. Hyo Da-bin. 8 straight pars to start her second round. Opened with a 74 yesterday. Beg your pardon, this is An So-hyun. Third shot into the par 5 18th. And that would have done the scorecard a little bit of help. eagle look for Im Jin Hee after a mighty fine second shot into this par 5. Go out on the hill 9, come back on the birch 9. That's why this course is called Birch Hill. Jin Hee for a 3. Yeah, not bad. Good effort. She'll take a ho-hum 2-putt birdie, because that will move her back to the summits of the leaderboard by herself. Back to Guy Young, 22-year-old, like Park Hyun-kyung. No cuts missed so far this year. 5th on the money list. A couple of runner-up finishes at the KLPGA Championship and the week after at the Kyochon Honey Ladies Open. 4th shot now to the 8th. Gotta make sure you get crisp contact, put as much spin as you can, and well, erred on the side of caution there. Well past the pin. The Guy Young in danger of dropping back to where she started the weekend. Now Park Hyun-kyung straight up the hill for 3 in a row. Not to be Park Hyun-kyung. Seem to be able to string 3 or 4 good rounds of tournament golf together. Only seems to go off the ball one of the days, and it proves costly at the end of the week. Come on, Yi-sung. This would hurt if this one doesn't go in. You'd think this should be a right to lefter, but that slope you see on the left of your screen, on the front right of the green, almost influences the ball. It feels like it could influence the ball back the other way. I'd say this is pretty much dead straight for Jun Yi-sung to save a par. Yeah, well hold. That's a good confidence builder for Jun Yi-sung. Been a struggle today. It stays inside the top 60. So Young from the back of the 11th. Last one coming at the 2019 Nixon St. 9 Masters, a long time ago. This is a long way away, some 50 feet. Could have done with a couple more revolutions from Lee So Young. We saw that lovely 3rd shot from An So Hyun. Not much left to convert for a 4. Yeah, well done. So that puts her back at 8 over par. Remember, cut projected right now at 3 over. She needs a bunch more of those if she wants to continue her journey at this year's McCol Mona Park Ladies Open. Jin Hee to move back into sole possession of the championship lead. Well done, the simplest of 2 putts. We'll take Im Jin Hee back to 7 under par, courtesy of a 3rd birdie of her 2nd round. Now Guy Young for an unlikely par at the 8th. Getting through a bit of a valley and then back up as she gets towards the hole. That one just getting away from her fraction, not stone dead yet for last year's runner-up. Kim Hae Rim just behind her, the defending champion. Finds herself one outside the cut line as things stand. Jongmi for birdie at 11. Low all the way for Huang. Just a 2-ball this afternoon. So Young, beg your pardon, has work to do. We'll quickly drop back to the tee to check with the championship leader. Swinging the club very nicely. That's a good result. Taking a piece of the fairway. Thank you. Has been an issue for her through the first couple of events of the year. Not the case this week. That's also a good tee shot from the two-time major champion. Now, Gaiyang, Tiddler for her bogey 6. Okay, limits the damage, but it's a bogey at the 8th. Drops her outside the top 10. Conditions as they were yesterday afternoon. Still pretty gosh darn good over Yongpyong Resort. Glad you can join us for this second round of the McCol Mona Park Ladies Open. Jenny's unfortunate to avoid one of those sand-filled divots up the right-hand side. Ball's line clean. You can see that pin cut at the very right edge of this green. 143 meters to go. Needs to be looking a good 30 feet left. Biggest green on the golf course, this 11th. Yeah, it's a nice swing and a good shot. It's going to get even better for Jun Hee-sung. That's more like it. Only player in this group over par for the championship. Jun Hee-sung. Now Hyun-kyung. Middle of the fairway. 129 left, taking dead aim. a pair of very fine shots to the 11th from Yi Sung and Hyun Kyung. What does Im Jin Hee have from the very right edge of the fairway? The angle Im Jin Hee has, she's going to be coming more over the bunker than either one of her playing partners. Won't have a lot of club in hand. I thought she was a little bit further right than that. That's okay. That's pretty much identical to what Chun Yi-sung would look up and see. Still, got to be careful. A bit left of this flag. They'll make the same mistake she did on 9. Started straight at the flagstick and she's stalking it. Now, 3 very good shots to this par 4 11th for this featured group. The championship leader looking to extend her advantage at the top of the leaderboard. Upper hole to Hwang Jo-mi on the par 3-12. 8 iron from this elevated tee. Pin today in the front left corner of this green. Good sound compression wise. Is it going to feed around? No, just rolls the wrong side of the ridge, but that's a pretty makeable chip for Hwang Jo-mi. There was a withdrawal in that group. Hwang Jo-mi and Lee So-young playing in a 2-ball. It was Park Chae-eun, the 2018 McCol Mona Park Ladies Open champion, that pulled out at the start of play today. But it's Im Jin Hee, after a third birdie of the day, coming at the par 5 10th, who retakes sole possession of the lead at 7 under par. Now 3 looks at birdie at the 11th. Im Jin Hee will strike the first blow. Just left of Chen Hee Sung's marker, I think would be the line. It just wasn't left enough. That shouldn't be a problem. I think she can manage that little 3-footer for a par. Oh, not gonna drop there for Hwang Jung-mi at the 12th. Surprised she elected to putt that one up. Memory serves me right, that was just hanging up in the primary rough left of the green. But it's a par. Who am I to judge? Jung-mi will remain at 2 under par. Now, so young. Tee shot to the middle of the green is for birdie. No, just slips low for the 2016 champion at Birch Hill. Came in a rookie season back when it was called the Yongpyong Resort Open. I mentioned how the COVID pandemic really halted her momentum. She had 4 victories before the pandemic, none since. Last coming at the E1 Charity Open just as things got back underway in 2020. But she's won here before. She had a top 10 finish last year. Clearly has good vibes going around Birch Hill. Up to the 9th to check in on Lee Ga-young. One of the wider fairways you'll find at the Birch Hill course. Young has found with relative ease. 8th last week at Fortune Hills, 4th at the Korean Women's Open at Rainbow Hills, and that one is going to stay up on that shelf. That's okay for Ga-young. Won't be able to be too aggressive with that birdie effort. Hyun Kyung. Easier putt than Im Jin Hee's. Not a lot of movement. Let's see your chances here. Yeah, ask and you shall receive. That's a 4th birdie of the day, and it takes Park Hyun Kyung to 3 under par. Well played. Safe to say that Chen Hee Sung is going to know exactly what to do here. So Jin Hee's ball rolled past her marker. Don't want to be giving the hole away from this range. I'd say just inside left edge, nice positive stroke. And the first birdie of the day to give her a little breathing room against the cut line. Yeah, nicely done. Good birdies from Hyun Kyung and Yi Sung at the 11th. To tidy up and stay 1 clear. No mistakes from Jin Hee. Up to the par 3 12 tee box, enjoying a 1-shot lead. Speaking of the 12, let's take you through the first of the two par 3s of this back 9. Green is 46 paces deep. The pin today cut right in that front left section. One of the easier hole locations you can find on this 159-meter par 3. Of course, as you can see, the right-hand side of this hole is a big no-no. Big, deep bunker ready to gobble up any golf ball. The heat map tells us everything on this hole generally slopes back to front. We do play from an elevated tee, albeit slightly elevated. Reason for this hole playing just a shade under its par, as I mentioned, that generous hole location. Only one double bogey recorded so far in this second round. It's a tempting hole location to go firing at if you're in the mood that Park Hyun-kyung is in today. She's first on the tee with a 6-iron. And eyeing this one up. That's brilliantly played from Park Hyun-kyung. Leaves it underneath the hole. Uphill right to left look to get to 5 under for the day. Again, low round of the week, 67. Kim Jin-hee and Yoon In are cut at those rounds on day 1. Hyun-kyung with a chance to get to 5 under through 12 on day 2. Let's see if Jun Hee-sung settles down after that opening birdie this afternoon. Again, 3 over in her first 4, turned in 40. Made a good par save at the 10th. Birdie at 11, taking her one shot inside the cut mark. You really don't have to worry too much about attacking this flag. You tug it a fraction. We saw from Hwang Jong-mi earlier. Not a terrible spot. She's got 1 club less than Hyun-kyung. It's a 7-iron. Late there. That's what happens. Just get a touch ahead of it. Club face stays open, but not a poor shot. She'll have to show Park Hyun-kyung the line though. Now, Im Jin-hee. A hole-in-one a few weeks ago at the Korean Women's Open at Rainbow Hills with this very club. Facial reaction tells me that might be tugged. Okay. Not too difficult of a spot. One of the easier holes at Birch Hill this afternoon, the 11th. Now, Ga Young looking well out to the right. Just got to get this cresting that hill about 8 feet in front of her, then everything collects down towards her left. Yeah, pretty well done from Lee Ga-young. Par here will take her out in level par. 2 under for the tournament. We always talk about going into the final round. If you're within 5 of the lead, you've got a chance. Now, So Young ahead on 13. 14 meters left, can't be more than a soft 9-iron. Ooh, that is a big mistake. Leaking it to the right. No green to work with, all coming downhill. First look today at the defending champion, Kim Hae-rim, for a much-needed birdie at the 9th to take her onto the cut mark of 3 over par. Well done. Horrible start from Kim Hae-rim, but a birdie at 9 takes her onto the cut line at 3 over. The 32-year-old veteran battling hard in search of what would be a first successful title defense should she manage it Sunday afternoon. She's 10 shots back now. Ga-young. Okay. Fans fans are out in force to egg on the 22-year-old player. Now, Im Jin Hee. Options here. Back foot, just carry it past the rough, have it release like a putt, or fan the club face open, try and carry it to where the shadow of the flagstick is. Went for the first option. Oh, and it was the right one. Bit lucky to have caught a piece of the flag. He's travelling with a bit of pace. But you're not going to hear any complaints from Im Jin Hee. It's another steady par. Tap that one in. Not going to be on the line of her playing competitors, Jun Hee-sung and Park Hyun-kyung. Yeah, well done. It's a good 3 from Im Jin Hee. This is Hyo Da-bin, and this is for birdie. Ooh, just slips by for Hyo Da-bin. Straight pars to start her second round. Okay. Hyun-kyung will be paying close attention to this one from Jun Hee-sung. Saw that putt from Lee So-young earlier. He's just not seeing that last third of the putt moving as much as it does. Pass no problem. Let's see if Park Hyun-kyung can figure this one out. A little bit higher, hit it a little bit harder. So-young. Club face wide open here. And release that right hand under the ball. Needs to carry this under the fringe. All trickle out to the hole. Just carried it a fraction far. That's okay. All right, Hyun-kyung. Front row seat to Jun Hee-sung's putt. Give this a better roll. But she too misses it low. Really can't believe how much that moves at the end. So pars all round for this group at the par 3-12. Yongpyong Resort, home to skiers in the winter, home to golfers in the summer and spring, and the perennial home of the McCol Mona Park Ladies Open. Championship won in a dramatic playoff 12 months ago by Kim Hae-rim over Lee Ga-young. Im Jin Hee finds herself in control of the 2022 edition. Park Hyun-kyung electing for the 3-wood off the 13th tee. Shortest par 4 on the golf course, but precision is required from the teeing area. You want to be hitting out of the fairway. Get as much spin control as possible. That pin and the right half of the green. Really, left half of the fairway gives you the best angle in. Just scampering through into the primary rough. Right hand side for Park Hyun-kyung. So this hole is a very opportunity if you can place it in the fairway. Not an easy fairway to hit. The slender in nature. It's a 3-wood as well for some. Does lead the field in driving accuracy. So 82% of the fairways hit. That one just hangs on to the right edge. You'll have to see, can't tell from that camera angle.
자, 플레이하겠습니다. 카메라 미리 버튼 좀 눌러주세요.
Jin-hee, a combination of being long and straight off the tee. Working hard and trying to keep that club face square, not letting the wrist break down and so the toe outrace the heel. So important for a player with a strong position at the top of a backswing, a shut position, I should say. A real rotational golf swing. No flipping at the bottom. Yeah, good tee shot there from the championship leader, Jin-hee. Taking a second KLPGA Tour title this week at the Yongpyong Resort. But the green can Lee So-young escape with a par. Yeah, good up and down from a tricky spot for the 2016 champion. He remains in red figures and just inside the top 20. Ji-hyun back on the 12th. Hasn't been able to get much going so far in this second round. And a popular spot at 25 feet right of the pin high. We'll see if she can read that one right. Yet to see a player hold it or even miss it hole high right. Park Min-ji, your runaway leader for the second year in a row atop the points list and the money list. Not in the field this week. Lee Won is the leader in the Rookie of the Year race. Currently finds herself just one shot behind Im Jin-hee after a second round of 69. Jenny Sung, is she coming out of the fairway? That's going to make all the difference here. Green cambers from right to left with the pin in the right. Every little bit of spin you can get. Try and hold it to this pin. It's an even 100 meters left for Lee-sung. Sounded like that was in the first cut of rough. See, just not able to get the spin, and now it's going to be a tough assignment to two-putt for par from the back edge. Coming down a tier and across a little shoulder. In Jin-hee, I think that ball is in the fairway, so she should be able to get a little bit more spin coming into this green than her playing competitor. Underneath the hole, just a fraction left would be the ideal spot to be putting from. 10 yards closer. Oh, that was a bold line. It's just going to hang in the fringe. That's all right for Im Jin-hee. It's going to be fairly slick. Now Hyun Kyung. And the secondary cut of rough. It looks to be a heavy lie as well. She'll just need to cover the front edge of the green by about 5 yards. And release out. See, that's what she tried to do. Just a bit unlucky, that ball kicking right instead of straight on. It's certainly not as hard of an up and down or a two-putt as Jun Hee-sung's. Now up and over the slope at the 12 for Hyo Da-bin. It's going to move right about there, and then feed out to the hole. Okay, not bad, but really never threatened. Ji-hyun. No birdies on the card for her either. We've seen this putt a couple of times, but I think it's going to be Kim Jae-hee first to go. It is Kim Jae-hee, just coming off a nice birdie at 9 at the turn and then taking an ugly double bogey. He's all the way back at 7 over par. The cut line slipping from her grasp. Good. What, 2 feet of break in this one. But it is for birdie. Oh, just a little too much pace for Kim Jae-hee. Now the turn of An Ji-hyun. There's at least a 1.5 foot of break in this one, from right to left. Well, it was a positive roll, but that position continues to puzzle players. No harm done though for An Ji-hyun, who remains 1 over for the day and level for the championship. How do you get this one close for Jun Hee-sung? Almost got to throw it against the left fringe. Try to have the speed run out right about there. Let the contours do the rest. That is a fantastic effort from there. Great touch from Jun Hee-sung. Now Hyun Kyung. Looks like she's electing to putt this. Yep, that is the putter. That bunker shoulder you see in the middle of your screen, that's going to kick the ball fairly hard to the left. So she'll need to run this through about 6 feet of fringe on the line that she's taking. And enough speed to get up and over that mound before everything kicks left. Yeah, not bad from Park Hyun Kyung. Those putts, that's so tricky because the higher up the mound you hit it, the more speed it carries on the way down, but also the more speed you need to carry that ball up the mound in the first place. Let's jump ahead to the 14th hole. Join the group of Hwang Jong-mi and Lee So-young. Yeah, So-young Leaking that tee shot out to the right, lucky to keep that ball in play. There's some heavy foliage just about 10 yards right of her, so she's got a swing at this. Just chopping it back into play, taking her medicine. You don't want to be swinging for the fences, especially on a Saturday afternoon. The leader in Jin Hee really just has to get this started. Imagine trying to stop that ball about 4 feet past the fringe and let the slope and gravity do the work. Yeah, good effort. Again, when you're on the top side of these holes at Birch Hill, you can't afford to be too aggressive. Easy to let those putts slip by, have these awkward 4-5 footers coming back. So a nice, steady start to the back nine. The lady who leads the championship. Now, So Young ahead at the 14th. It's only 7 from the front. So full yardage required to get maximum spin on this ball. Yeah, nicely played from Lee So Young. Gives herself a chance to save a par after a slightly errant tee shot. Yeah, this would be a great two-putt for Chun Yi-sung at 13. Okay, very nicely done from Chun Yi-sung. Hyun Kyo has finished this season, coming at the Mediheal Championships, 5th place there. Just have another top 10 at the KLPGA Championship at Ildong Lakes. Right now running inside the top 10 again. Okay. Steady par. Keeps the card clean. Keeps herself at 3 under, within 4 of her playing partner and tournament leader. Now back to 12. And Cho Ah-yan. Pretty good. But it leaves her that putt again on this par 3. Cho Ah-yan also just playing the 2-ball with Jang Soo-yeon. 7-time KLPGA champion Oh Ji-hyun retiring after an outward half of 44. Well, we have a look at the par 4 14th. It's just a shade longer than the par 4 13th. Stretches out to 312 meters. But once again, the key here is to find the fairway. It's a rather slender target that kicks gently from right to left. If you venture too far right, well, you could find yourself where Lee So-young did, up in the thick stuff right at the bunker. You play your second shot to a slightly elevated green guarded by that low deep bunker in the short left of the green. Plenty of slopes on this green, as there are throughout Birch Hill. The pin today on 14, just 7 from the front and 9 from the left. Jin Hee electing the driver here. She'll have to look at that green side trap just left of the right-hand side fairway trap at this 14th. And she has got it on a string. That's another confident tee shot. That's a big tee shot too from Jin Hee. Hyun Kyo to have a 3-wood out. Could be a driver. I think it is a driver. It's the right club for her. Not the longest player on the KLPGA Tour. Gallery like it. Hyun Kyung's asking for that to release on a little bit more. Don't think she quite got all of that. Perhaps just off the bottom of the club face. That's going to make it tricky to get that ball close coming out of the rough. Drivers all round for this 3-ball. Chun Hee-sung last to play. Not too much breeze out the golf course. Wasn't too much yesterday afternoon. It's a lovely day for some golf. Certainly is if you can swing it like Chun Hee-sung. Kick out of the first cutter rough and most importantly settle in the fairway. Jin Hee leads by 1 at 7 under par. Lee So-young made a great save at 13 and this would top that at the 14th. Slightly down the hill. Just be moving fractionally to her right. Didn't hear it drop. Rolls on about 3.5, 4 feet past for Lee So-young, who can't escape on the 14th after an errant drive. Titles to her name. Did have a runner-up finish last year at the Seokyong Networks Classic, and again a runner-up finish at the E1 Charity Open earlier this year. So she certainly is trending in the right direction. 26th on the money list, only 2 missed cuts. But it will be a bogey 5 that takes Lee So-young back down to even par for the championship. Grab a snack, why not? Plenty of goodies right here at the Yongpyong Resorts Birch Hill course this week for the 144 ladies who teed it up at the start of the week. Have had a couple of withdrawals, notably Oh Ji-hyun. Jong also pulling out before the start of the second round. Gosh, I fancy a bite looking at that. Like some fresh pastries on a summer's afternoon. We'll see if the refueling break has worked. Back down on the 13th tee with Hyo Da-bi. Is that 12 straight pars to start this Saturday afternoon? Uh-oh. Could be a croissant-shaped tee shot there. That's a big old crescent moon hook into the left rough. I think that stayed out of the thick trees. I want to give that pastry back. Darbeam. Well, Ayan, can she make a birdie from this spot at the 12th? Like so many before her, just a little low, just a little short. Well, good to see Cho Ayan's fully committed to playing back on the KLPGA Tour after a couple of years campaigning on the LPGA Tour. Said she missed it, and she's certainly more than welcome back. Already a winner in 2022. Should be a hybrid for Kim Jae-hee at 13. Imperative, just find the fairway. Give yourself an opportunity to attack. Oh, that's not the fairway. I don't think you'll be attacking from that lie, Jae-hee. Now up to 14. A well-placed tee shot for Janisa. She's first to play. 83 meters left, and you see that elevation that the players have to contend with playing up to this green. That's nicely played. Really well played. Johnny Sung takes a brave shot to pitch that one just past the fringe, but she gets the spin she was looking for. And now leaves herself in birdie country. Hyun Kyung. She goes on the same line that Johnny Sung took. Very easy for this ball to jump on her and release to the back of the green. So she's looking well out to the right, almost towards the TV tower. Just land it on the front fringe if you can. Well done. Pretty much all she could do from that spot. That's a good smart shot for Park Hyun Kyung. Doesn't make many mental or tactical errors on the golf course. Gives herself a chance to make a simple two-putt for a par. Now, Im Jin-hee, big tee shot here. The problem is you're not coming in with a full wedge. It's hard to get a lot of spin on the ball. Only 59 meters left. Tried to throw that past the flag with a bit of spin. Not bad. Not bad at all. But Jang Yi-sung, the terrific second shot, will have a look to get to just one over par. But it's Im Jin-hee, as she was at the start of the day, in control of this championship. One shot ahead of Park Ki-yeol and Yoon Ina. Took a medicine with that second shot. Now have to look a good 3-4 feet right, putting down a tier slightly. Try to snuggle this up inside of 3 feet. That's her goal. Sit. Yeah, it's just released on a fraction. So Yoon Kyung keen to avoid a first bogey of this second round. It's been so solid so far. But a bit of a tester here at the 14th. Now Im Jin-hee. Slightly easier putt, but still can't be too bold with this. Touch of movement from her left. Yeah, good putt. Not a bad result for Im Jin Hee. She'll be a little bit disappointed only having 60 meters in for her second shot. Who's still out in front through 14 holes in this second round. Will her bravery be rewarded? Jan Yi-sung for a birdie here. Take it at +1. I think just given the putts that we've seen already on this 14th hole, this needs to be right edge. Maybe at most half a ball outside the right. She starts this any further right than that, I doubt it turns back. If she really wants to be aggressive, she could start this inside right with a nice firm stroke. It's a great look for a 3 for Yi-sung here at the 14th. Oh, left off the face. Frustration you can see. She knows that was a really good chance and just a poor stroke from Jan Yi-sung. Jump ahead to find the 2-ball in front of our featured group, Hwang Jung-mi and Lee So-young. Both players safely finding the fairway on this 368-meter par 5. It will be Lee So-young first to play. Oh, the overhead graphic fooled us. She's coming out of the left rough. To a right pin, just cut on a little peninsula. Might actually help. Oh yes, certainly going to help there. Well done. Going to have a word with the visual effects department because Hwang Jung-mi is coming out of the rough as well. This one looks to be a slightly worse lie. To land this short of the green, have it skip on. Just got hung up in a little bit of rough. Hyun Kyung and her comebacker to stay clean. Park is up to the task. She's got that look about her. She's stalking putts. She's clean on the day, which is within 4 of Im Jin Hee's lead. Moving day coverage from the McCol Mona Park Ladies Open rolls on from Birch Hill Golf Course at the Yongpyong Resort. Hwang Jong-mi just short of the green here at the 15th. Not a difficult up and down left for Hwang. Up and in perhaps. Oh, great effort. But a par, no problem. One over the card. It's still in red figures for the championship. Oh, it's a terrific. Be rough for Lee So-young. This to join a playing partner at 1 under par. One of the best looks at birdie you're going to have on this 15th today. Shoulders looking a little bit closed though, certainly from this camera angle. Oh, it's a straight pull. That's a shame. The second shot deserved better for Lee So-young. Coming off a top 10 finish last week at the BC Card Unkyong Ladies Cup, 8th at Fortune Hills. Yet to win since the 2020 season. 3 victories back in 2018 and a win that started it all the way back in 2016 at this very golf course. A par 4 then for Lee So-young at 15. 3 holes to play. 2 over the card in this second round. And they're all chasing that young lady, Im Jin-hee, back down in the fairway. Good view at what the players face. The front section of the green being used on this 368-meter par 4. It does make it a bit shorter, but it's not the easiest pin to get to, certainly if you drive it off the fairway, if you drive it off the straight and narrow. This you're as good as Lee So-young is reading lies out of the rough. It's so tough coming in with a mid-iron. Try and stop it on that front ledge. Jun Yi-sung will be first to play. So a similar look to this as the par 4 11. Just look out to the left, just over that shoulder, that little mound at the front section of the green. 27 meters left. And I think 20 feet past the pin is a good shot here. Oh, that's the problem. Try and bounce it up. Such a steep face to that green. Some sticky surrounds. So difficult to judge that right. Although the closing stretch here at Birch Hill, 15, 16, and 17. 3 demanding holes that will test these players before you get to the par 5, 18th to close. Now, Hyun Kyung looks like that ball's just about rolled into the second cut of rough, right up against the collar of it. Don't think it's going to jump on her. 116 left. Yeah, read the lie beautifully. It's an outstanding shot from Park Hyun Kyung, who has displayed some quality golf this Saturday afternoon at the Yongpyong Resort. Really, no one's been more impressive through the first day and a half at Birch Hill. And Im Jin-hee driving it spectacularly, hitting some great irons. Putting nicely. It's another monstrous tee shot from Jin-hee. If you're in this spot, you should be able to get quite a bit of spin on it. 95 meters left. She can attack with a wedge here. Is that cutting enough? No, just tugged a touch. But that's okay. Jin Hee fending off the chasing pack at 7 under par. Yoon Ina, the 18-year-old overnight co-leader, returned to 71 this morning to sit one clear of Park Yeol, Lee Hee-won and Choi Ye-rim. Cut line still 3 over par, but the lead still held by Im Jin Hee at 7. Isung just coming up short on the 15th. Pretty makeable. Flat spot where the hole is cut today. Oh, gave it a great run. Did Jun Isung. First look today at the par 4 16th, where Lee So-young has split the fairway. It's cut right in the front section of the green today. Just tugging it a touch, but that's fine for Lee So-young. She's going to get away with it, using some unexpected help from one of the many slopes out at Birch Hill. Keen to try to get it back into red figures. Now, 7 under par, and Im Jin-hee. About a 30-footer for a birdie here. Moves right at the start, then just peels back left at the end. Oh, it needs to go. It needs to go. Certainly had the right line, Im Jin-hee. Putting the only stat category where Im Jin-hee sits outside the top 20. Wouldn't know it this week, though. Leading by a shot. 3 holes left to play. Now, Park Hyun-kyung. Not to sound like a broken record, but that second shot deserves a birdie 3 to take Hyun-kyung to 4 under par. No. How did that not move left? So just like Lee So-young, can't quite convert on 15, Hyun-kyung. Still, it's been a good afternoon for the 2-time major titleist. And a drop shot on the card. A couple of challenging holes to come. Yi-sung with a little bit of cleaning up to do for her par at the same hole. Yeah, well done. Has really steadied the ship nicely since that tough start. 2 over for the championship. 3 over on her day. Just the 1 birdie coming back at 11. So young. Terrific result after a slightly tugged second shot. Got this for birdie to move back to 1 under par. Oh, stay up, stay up. Now that's a tentative effort from Lee So-young. She's battled the putting demons over the last couple of seasons. Unfortunately, they're still giving her some problems on this 16. The last par 4 the players face at Birch Hill requires an accurate tee shot aimed at that temporary green in the distance. Important to be up the left-hand side of the fairway if you're not long enough, because if you find the right rough, well, you could be stymied by a thick clump of trees that guard the right edge of this dogleg par 4. The pin today on 16, well, that's cut just over that little bunker shoulder in the front left section. 14 from the front and just 8 from the left. It's situated in a little bowl, so it's one of the more accessible hole locations players will face this week. But you gotta be coming out of the fairway. So important on this hole. If you're gonna miss it, you'd certainly rather be left than right. That's going to bother Im Jin-hee. She loves to work it from right to left. Still working hard on that little swing thought, that swing feeling. Keep that club face nice and square. She has the honor with the driver. Interesting teeing up on the right edge of the tee box, trying to open up that fairway.
Okay.
Excellent tee shot from Im Jin-hee, almost reaching that temporary green through the fairway. That's a big hit from Im Jin-hee. Hyun-kyung. Despite her challenges with this club over the last year or so, has been driving it rather nicely today. Just hope I don't put the infamous commentator's curse on her here. Never a doubt, Hyun Kyung splits the fairway at 16. Barely kept her card in her rookie season in 2020. Comfortably kept it last year, finishing 33rd on the money list. And that looks to be okay. Just heading up the left-hand side. Is it going to hang on? Yeah, just about for Jun Yi-sung. And a pair of top 10s in her rookie season. One of them came at this championship. 9th back in 2020. Also 9th at the 2020 KL. Lifted the first of back-to-back KLPGA titles. Up to the 17th. And Hwang Jong-mi with a 7-iron. Flag cut in the front third of the green today. Far friendlier hole location than yesterday's opening round pin location. But that one looked like a half shank, and oh dear, that's a wide miss with a 7-iron for Hwang Jong-mi. Catches the second of the two bunkers on the right-hand side. If you're wondering why Hwang Jong-mi and Lee So-young are just playing in a 2-ball, no, it's not a match play tournament. 2018 champion Park Chae-yun withdrew after her opening round yesterday afternoon. So-young. Don't imagine it's going to be anything more than a 7-iron for the power. Indeed, it is a 7. Her last approach shot left, so I expect her to be looking halfway between the pin and the right edge of the green here. Oh, this one is smothered. Is it going to hang on? Oh, well, shot traces are not to be believed, because that is stellar from Lee So-young on the 17th hole. Lovely tee shot from the 25-year-old. Now back to 16, and you see that pin guarded by that deep bunker short of the green and that little hump just after it. So we have seen that players can use that slope just past the pin. Try and feed the ball close. Lee So-young did it. And the group ahead. What does Jun Yi-sung fancy here? I mentioned that hole's in a bit of a collection area, so not difficult to get it within 20 feet, particularly if you're going to be playing off the short stuff. Yi-sung first to play. Come on back. Don't you finish on that top level. Come on down. Ah, that's unlucky for Jun Yi-sung. That roller too short from that. Trickling back down another 10 feet to the hole. Now, Hyun Kyung. Nice flat lie. Good angle in. Punchy, abbreviated follow through, trying to flight this one down. Yeah, well done. Good distance control from Park Hyun Kyung, and another good chance to claw her way to 4 under par. It's warm out there, 26 degrees yesterday. A couple of notches balmier to start the weekend here at Yongpyong. Last to play into the green from 101 meters, championship leader Im Jin-hee. That sounded a little thin. Yeah. Just off the bottom groove, perhaps, for Im Jin-hee. Bit of a squirrely wedge shot. It's nice. When you're playing that well, you miss-hit a shot, you've still got a 30-footer for birdie. Shows you the control that Im Jin-hee's enjoyed in her golf game through these first 2 rounds at Birch Hill. Now, bunkered at 17 is Hwang Jong-mi. Carry it to the end of the shadows. Just let it trundle to the hole. Oh, just a touch heavy coming out of the sand. Both players in this group over par for their second days. The wind, well, really hasn't been too much of a factor through the first 2 rounds here at Birch Hill. Nothing is bothering Im Jin-hee, bar the par 4 ninth. It's the 25-year-old up top by a shot over 18-year-old rookie Yoon Ina. Sung down the hill. A lot of movement from right to left for birdie at 16. Putting through the shadows. Never easy. And that's going to just run out of steam. But not bad. Another steady par for Jenny Sung. Began the day 1 under par, but fell to 4 bogeys in her first 7 holes. She's been pretty solid since. Still languishing the wrong side of par. Now Hwang Jung-mi for her par at 17. Just a right edge putt. Keep the hit nice and steady. Yeah, good up and down. Gutsy par at the 17th. Keeps Hwang Jung-mi in red figures. It's a pretty picture, isn't it? So many of these holes at Birch Hill framed by birch and pine trees. Players meander their way around this 72-hole layout. In Jin Hee for her birdie at the 16th to spread her lead to 2. Just lacking pace, a touch tentative now in Jin Hee. Yeah. Come on, So Young. Let some good chances slip. You don't want to let this one pass her by. Good tee shot. Right edge putt. Get back to red figures. Yeah, it's well done. It's a good 2 at 17 for Lee So Young. Recovers one of the shots she dropped this afternoon. Drop back to 16 and Park Hyun Kyung after another delightful shot from 110 meters. This for birdie to get to 4 under. Yeah, well hold putt, never in doubt. Park Hyun Kyung making the most of moving day. That's a 5th birdie of the round. And it takes Park Hyun Kyung to 4 under and onto the first page of the leaderboard. Jin Hee just getting a touch tentative over the last few holes. Maybe a little bit of tension in the arms and the shoulders. She's feeling a bit nervy this afternoon. Imagine what it's going to be like Sunday afternoon in this position. So, a bit more work than she would have liked for her par at 16. Confidently hold. Kept the head nice and still. Good acceleration. It's a par to preserve her 1-shot cushion. Now up to the par 5 18th and Hwang Jung-mi. Just look over the cart path on the right hand side. Just let one loose. It's a good looking swing, but has she tugged it a fraction? Oh, nestles up against the collar of rough. It's going to be an awkward second shot now for Jung-mi. So young. He'll definitely be taking this one over the right-hand side cart path. He's just dropping that arm. Been working on her distance from the ball. A tendency to get a little bit too far away from it. When you do that, you bring the toe of the club into play, get a lot of quick misses left. No problems there. Fully got through onto her left-hand side. Just stays in the right-hand rough in this par 5. Picturesque setting of the penultimate hole at Birch Hill. Park Hyun Kyung on the tee. We've seen from Lee So Young, it's an accessible hole location. Hyun Kyung with one club more. It's a 6-iron. Well, I'm not trusting the tracer here, but I think the body language says that one's out to the right. Okay. Avoids the bunker just on that high section of the green. Now, checking with Cho Ayan again, who's just struggling a bit this afternoon. Dropped a shot back on the 13th. Second shot into the 15th now. And that's more like it from this year's Kyochon Honey Ladies Open champion. Sung. I think this would be a 6-iron as well. Indeed it is. That looked like a pretty good swing. She's eyeing this one up, and for good reason. It's even better than Lee So Young's tee shot. Wonderful stuff from a lady who's never finished outside the top 20 at this golf course. Chun Yi-sung, a birdie opportunity awaits at 17. Now, Im Jin-hee. I think this would be a 7-iron for Jin-hee, for the lady at 7 under par. How good is she swinging the golf club? It's a brilliant tee shot from Im Jin-hee and a great look to double her advantage at the top of the leaderboard. Now, So Young, bit unlucky with that tee shot, soft bounce in the thick rough. Looks to be a 5-iron. Again, try and lay it up short of that bunker, just right of that fairway bunker, about 100 meters from the green. Plenty of speed, so gouging it out not an issue for Lee So Young. Yep, that's well done. Yeah, this is the problem for Hwang Jo-mi. Ball nestled up against the collar of rough. And if she's not careful, that hosel snags that thick secondary cut, easy to sort of smother this left. Just a little bit closer, get a bit steeper on it. Certainly looks to have done that. Yeah, picked it nicely from a tricky spot. So Young and Jong-mi back in the fairway on this closing par 5. The mountainous Yongpyong region, famous for its ski slopes in the winter and famous for hosting the McCol Mono Park Ladies Open on the KLPGA Tour in the summer. It's Im Jin-hee who's up by 1, but with a good look to double it in a couple of moments when she gets up to the 17th green.
괜찮아, 괜찮아. 들어가라.
아 힘들어.
내가 들어가라겠어. 내가 분명히 들어가라겠어. 들어간 거야.
Well, that was well worth the wait. Took a while over it, Hwang Jung-mi. Have another look at this. Full sand wedge, 78 meters. Inviting pin position. Played it perfect. Threw it past the pin. Little bit of spin. Down it went, and in it goes for a closing eagle 3 for Hwang Jung-mi. Beautifully done. That's the way you want to end Saturday, with a walk-off eagle. And all of a sudden, that's a round of 71, which leaves her at 3 under. Just one round to play. Brilliant stuff. Now, Ga Young, a couple of drop shots at 10 and 14. This after missing the green with a wedge on 15. Ooh, steady. Yeah, it's just gone off the boil a bit for Lee Ga Young since that birdie at the 6th. It's just one of those cases where one player in the group starts to struggle. It's just a downward spiral of momentum. Well, nothing left to be done for Hwang Jung-mi except fix her pitch mark on this 18th hole. A walk-off, hole-out eagle 3 for a round of 71 that leaves Hwang Jung-mi at 3 under par inside the top 10 heading into Sunday. Quite the way to finish second round. Hwang Jung-mi, an eagle there, unbeknownst to this group back on the tee box. It's your leader by 2, Im Jin-hee, with the honor. It's one of these tee shots at Birch Hill which really doesn't suit her eye. Although, having said that, not much hasn't caught the eye of Im Jin-hee this week. Only 2 drop shots on his scorecard, both of them coming at the 9th. This fairway just angling away from her, and everything kicking from right to left. So like Lee So Young, good look at the right edge of the clump of trees in the distance. That is brilliant. Perfect line for Im Jin-hee. Not put a foot wrong on 17 of the holes at Birch Hill. She's in the mayor's office once again on the last. Now, here is Lee So Young from way downtown. Back right, putting to the front left, but it is for birdie. Everything downhill, working to the right. Keep on tracking, keep on tracking, keep going. Okay. Well, 8 feet left to go into Sunday at 1 under par. Johnny Sung. 2 good swings. She'll have a tee time tomorrow morning at Birch Hill in the final round of the McCol Mono Park Ladies Championship. One hand off the club, but that's a good miss. That came off the heel. A little bit spinny. It stayed rather straight, and that's fine. Hyun Kyung would be frustrated after that sloppy 4 at 17. Remember, she too has had a memorable hole-out eagle already this year in that final round of the KLPGA Championship at Ildong Lakes. That, of course, with a hybrid club en route to only her second top 10 finish of the year. Just turn over a fraction. Ooh, catches that fairway bunk, and it looks like it's gone up against the far lip. Don't think she's going to be able to get all the way up to where Hwang Jung-mi was with her layup. So there's problems for Hyun Kyung in the closing stages of Saturday. Up at the green, and So Young for a round of 73. Yeah. 3-putt bogey, a 74 for Lee So Young. Should be a little bit frustrated with her performance this afternoon. Hit some lovely shots, but that putter just would not cooperate for Lee So Young. She'll start Sunday at even par and a share of 20th. An Ji-hyun back at 16 after a delightful second shot to give her a little bit of breathing room. This to get to +1. Well, never a bad time to make a first birdie of the day. That's a 3 at 16 for An Ji-hyun. Ga Young, important little par-saving putt here. Keep her at level par. Playing partners Yoo Hae Ran and Kim Hae Rim, 4 and 5 over respectively. Okay. Ga Young 2 over on the day, but level par for the championship. Inside the cut mark, but 8 shots adrift of Im Jin Hee. Now, Hyun Kyo, right up against the lip. Probably no more than a 8 iron. Trying to get it as far up the fairway as possible, but clear the lip first. That's priority number 1. Pick that cleanly. And keeps it in the fairway. But that third shot is going to be from a long way back to this uphill finishing green at Birch Hill. Now Jenny Sung out with the heavy artillery, trying to get it as far up there as possible. You can get it past that fairway trap on the left. The fairway really does open up. Just like that. Good swing. Cho Ayan on the 16th. So An Ji-hyun get it close. 117 meters left for Ayan. And that is one of the better shots we've seen to this 16th. Good swing, good result for the 2019 Rookie of the Year. Now, Im Jin Hee. Looks to be a 5-wood for Jin Hee. Looking at the TV tower at the right edge of the green. Keep it in the right half of the fairway. Afford yourself the best angle in. Okay, up the middle will have to do for Im Jin Hee. It's 1 foot in front of the other. She's chasing a second career KLPGA Tour title. She's got a 2-shot cushion at the top, courtesy of a 4th birdie of the day at the 17th hole. It looks like Yoon Ina, the 18-year-old rookie, is going to be joining Im Jin Hee in that final group tomorrow afternoon. What a tantalizing prospect that is. Here in the closing stages of day 2 at the McCol Mona Park Ladies Open. Good to have your company this Saturday afternoon in South Korea. Hyun Kyung from the bottom part of this 18th fairway, just working out the math. How to best attack this front left hole location. Remember, just 4 paces from the left edge. Going back and forth between clubs a bit. It's a bit of an uphill lie. And the ball's above her feet, so it does promote a high draw, which is the kind of shot you need to hit into this left hole location. And still, you don't want to overcook it, because missing this green left and those deep bunkers would be a big no-no. So look 30 feet out to the right and just take your chances there. 145 uphill for Hyun Kyung into the last. It started right, but it's staying right. Oh, pitch in a good spot. It's going to take the slope. Well played, Park Hyun Kyung. Very nice shot from long range. Gives herself a chance to record only the third 67 this week. Back to 16 and Cho Ayan. Let's make it back-to-back birdies. No, not to be. Just running out of steam. Johnny Sung. Good layup. Pretty flat lie. Like Hyun Kyung will have to look just out to the right a touch. Be a nice full pitching wedge for Johnny Sung. Get loads of spin. Oh, just carries it past the fringe. That's okay now. She was thinking about that cut line when she made the turn in 40. It's been a resilient display on the inward half from Jun Yi-sung. She'll have more golf to play this week at the Yongpyong Resort. And Im Jin-hee, 2 shots ahead. Swinging with confidence, playing nicely. 73 meters left. CG can create plenty of spin with these wedges. She'll need it here. Gives her the luxury of throwing it a little bit further past the pin. Okay, not bad at all. Well, she's 8 under par. She's 2 shots ahead. We'll be in the final group tomorrow afternoon, chasing a second tour title. Ayan on 17. Played the par 3s the best of anyone on the KLPGA Tour this season. Averaging a 1/5 of a shot under par. No mean feat in some of the par 3s we contend with all year long, but it's shots like that that have helped that statistic. Just past pin high on the left for Ayan. Lee Ga-young and the left rough on 16. Couldn't go firing at the pin. So having to err on the side of caution. That's the thing about this Birch Hill layout. You don't find the fairways. Your options are limited because some of these holes really are tucked in some precarious spots. Just ask Kayang's playing partners, Hey Rim and this lady, Hey Ran. Started her back 9 with a double bogey 7. Dropped another shot at the 12th, and the one-time leader of the money and points list, you feel, is not going to be around to add to our tally this year. 7 over par. That's a lovely shot into the 16th for Yu Hei Ran. Chan Yi-sung for a closing birdie and to head into Sunday at 1 over par. Just Coming downhill slightly, and then flattens out the last 6 feet. Everything just moving to the left, so look about a cup outside the right edge. Confidently hold. That's a great response to going out in 40. Bogey free back 9 of 34. Jun Yi-sung safely through to tomorrow's final round at 1 over par. Now, Im Jin-hee's only other win on the KLPGA Tour, 2021 Hankyung Ladies Cup. She wasn't in the final group. In fact, she started the final round in 13th spot. Finished birdie en route to a 66 to win by 1. It's going to be a new experience for her tomorrow afternoon. This is for a birdie and to take a 3-shot lead into the final round. Oh, that close to a 3-shot cushion. She'll have to settle for the 2. But it's Im Jin-hee in pole position with 18 holes to play. Backing up her 67 with a very tidy round of 69. Now Ayan to shave another couple of decimal points off that par 3 scoring average this year. This for birdie to take her to 2 under. Looking out just a touch to the left. So a nice line. Oh, unlucky. Thought she had that one. Have to settle for a par. Now Guyang back at 16. Fiddly little one who's carrying some heat. Settle down. Settle down. Opened with that really solid 70 yesterday, but has found the going challenging since the 6th. Is that to stay even par. Now, Hyun Kyung, one of the 7 players that finished last year's Hankyung Ladies Cup, a shot behind Im Jin-hee. She's got this to get within 4 of Jin-hee's target. This for birdie in a round of 67. Does it come back that much? The answer is no. So after getting to 5 under through 16, a drop shot at 17, can't take advantage of a brilliant approach to 18. Park Hyun-kyung, well, within 5. Starts the final round inside the top 10. Nothing is impossible when that young lady is in the field. But it's Im Jin-hee who is in control of this championship after following up her 67 on day 1 with a lovely 69 on day 2. She leads by 2 with 18 to play. Heyran would need a miracle finish to make the cut here. Birdie on 16 will keep that slender chance alive, and no, unfortunately for the winner of this year's Next Sensate 9 Masters, it's going to be an early exit at the McCol Mona Park Ladies Open. Just the par on 16 for Yu Hei-ran. Makes for unpleasant reading, that scorecard today. But for Lee Ga-young, it's days like these that really test you as a player. You're not that far off the lead after day one. You get to 3 under par early, and you just get stuck in reverse. That was a slow bleed for Lee Guy-young. Bogeys at a couple of par 5s, 8 and 10, and then another drop shot at the 14th. It's a tricky putt for par here on 16. I want to see, she still has to start this on or outside the left edge. This ball just drifts right. It's not carrying enough speed. We know that's her issue over this range of putt. Yeah, but that's well holed for Lee Guy-young. Good par. She's going to need something truly special tomorrow afternoon. Another wonderful day at the Yongpyong Resort. Birch Hill testing the best players in the Korean women's game. Lee Yi-won, her sparkling rookie season continues. She's right in the mix at 5 under par, just 3 shots back with 18 holes to play. Yoon-ina is a shot better. The 18-year-old rookie will be in the final group tomorrow afternoon in the company of Im Jin-hee, who backed up an opening 67 with a tidy 69 Saturday afternoon. That leaves the 24-year-old 2 shots clear. Well, let's have a look at some highlights from what has been a very entertaining second round here at Birch Hill. We saw plenty of hole-outs, plenty of chip-ins. Park Gi-yeol had it to 6 under par, would finish up at 5 under par. The former KLPGA Tour winner looking for a second title to put on her mantle, please. Lee Yi-won continued to impress today. Putter was cooperating and things were going well for the 18-year-old. Nice tidy round of golf today. They had a birdie at the first, her 10th hole of the day to get her to 2 under par. But it was all about Im Jin-hee. Started the day in a share of the lead with Yoon-ina. Got off to a flying start, birdied her first hole and then backed it up with another there at the second. Very quickly get it to 6 under par. Beg your pardon, she did not birdie the first. She birdied the second and then this one at the third to get to 7 under par. And move 1 shot ahead of Yoon-ina, who was just completing her second round. And she was actually coming off back-to-back bogeys at 5 and 7. Just short of the green at the par 5, 8th and 2. Playing a nice little pitch shot. That would result in a birdie 4. To take her back to where she began the day at 5 under. The E1 was a group behind with a very similar result for her fellow rookie. A nice up and down birdie and a tidy bogey-free round of 69 leaves Lee Yi-won well placed within 3 shots of the 36-hole target. Park Hyun-kyung made some good moves on moving day. It was a rough opening round of 73 for Park Hyun-kyung. She got fired up early. That a brilliant shot setting up a birdie at the 8th. She would follow that up with another dart into the 9th. Perfect position up the left-hand side of the fairway. A beautiful shot to set up a birdie that took her out in 33 strokes. At the 11th, after a ho-hum par at the 10th, canned this after a delightful second shot to get to 4 under par for her round and 3 under for the championship. point. She was within 3 of Im Jin Hee. So a couple of really good shots into this 16th hole. One of the more generous locations for a flag on this contoured green. Park Hyun-kyung popped in that for a 5th birdie of the day to move to 4 under par, but a late bogey at 17 and a short birdie miss on 18 leaves her at 3 under with 1 round to go. Im Jin Hee birdied the 10th, bunch of pars to this point. Brilliant shot underneath the hole at the 17th, and that one never had eyes for anything else. The 4th and final birdie of her round leaves her at 8 under par, 2 shots clear, 18 holes to play. But at the 18th, well, we saw the shot of the day. Hwang Jung-mi from 78 meters, full sand wedge, 1 over par, standing at this point. But this one dropped for a walk-off eagle 3, a round of 71. And Hwang Jung-mi, with the shot of the day, enters the final round at 3 under par, just inside the top 10. So that is the state of affairs at the conclusion of play today. 36 holes sees Im Jin Hee at 8 under par, 2 shots ahead of Yoon Ina. Park Gi-yeol leads a quartet, a further shot back, which includes Lee Yi-won, the runaway leader, the Rookie of the Year points race. Hwang Jung-mi with that hole-out eagle to finish will start Sunday at 3 under par, the same mark as Park Hyun-kyung. Remember, the cut will come to the top 60 players at the end of play today. Right now, the good news for the players at 4 over, that mark has slipped back to them. So 12 shots will separate. They'll lead from the players just making it through to the weekend. Ha-min Song, a 71 today to leave her at 2 over for the championship. A couple of holes left to play in the round of Jo Hye Lim. Dana Kang, half a dozen holes to go. She's cut line watching at 3 over par. It could be dicey, but that's where the cut is sitting at the moment. 69 players. If things ended right now, would be teeing it up in the final round tomorrow afternoon. Well, moving day did not disappoint at the Yongpyong Resort this afternoon. But it's Im Jin Hee who takes a 2-shot cushion into the final round. We do hope you'll join us for live final round coverage from the McCol Mona Park Ladies Open tomorrow. Until then, this is Timothy Lowe saying bye-bye for now.